I exploded into ecstasy. I'm just trying to rub it off on them, that's all.
How do I make use of the little time I have? What is my role in life?
So the role of life is to be full-fledged life. Whether an insect or a bird or an animal or a tree, all it is trying is to become a full-fledged life. But the problem is, we know what is a full-fledged worm, but we don't know what is a full-fledged human being. Whatever you become, still there is a longing, you want to become something more.
Sure.
If that happens, something more and something more and something more, because still it's not clear to you what is a full-fledged human being. Whatever you become, still longing to become something more continues. So if you observe this longing carefully, you will see that what you want to become is not more, you want to become all. Your goal is infinite, but the method that you're employing is so limited, that's why all the frustrations and struggles. So when we say yoga, when we say spiritual process, what we are talking about is to understand that physically you can never become unlimited. But there is a dimension within you, beyond physical nature, which is always unlimited. What I mean by this is, when we say physical, our physical body is something that we gathered over a period of time, isn't it? We were not born like this, we slowly gathered. How?
Yeah.
Pita bread, food that we eat, isn't it? The food that we eat slowly gathered and became like this. Now, what you gather, whatever you gather, you can say it is mine. But if you say it's me, there is a problem. Now, I'm sitting on this chair. If I say this is my chair, all right. But after sitting here for a long time, if I say this is me, madness or no?
Yeah.
That's all that's happened. You gathered this body, it is yours. But if you say it's me, this is called madness. Because everybody is in the same madness, it seems to be all right.
Like driving in the streets. It's a very critical stage between wanting more and more always, the point that you just mentioned, and not stopping being ambitious. How can we do that?
Either you can live with a constipated ambition, or you can live with a larger vision. That's a choice every individual has. What you think is ambition looks big only when people around you are aspiring for something less. You may be very ambitious in one community, but if you go to another place, your ambition may be nothing.
Yeah.
So ambition is only a social thing, relative thing. When people around you are doing smaller things than you, if you think of doing one step more, they think you're ambitious. But if your ambition is fulfilled tomorrow morning, will
I'll
it
have
stop?
a new one.
Yes.
It will not
So you are
stop.
going in installments. Towards what? You are going in installments towards infinity. You cannot get to infinity in installments. You
But
can…
this is life.
There is another kind of life, I'm saying.
Yeah.
That is, either you can do it in a way it doesn't work, or you can do it in a way it works. Some people do it in a way it works, lot of people are doing it in a way it doesn't work. If you approach infinity in installments, will you ever get there? Can you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and one day say infinity? Is it possible? You will only become endless counting. Such endless counting, after some time you don't know why you're counting. What you're looking for is a boundless expansion, because you cannot stop human aspiration at a certain point. It wants everything. If you want everything, you cannot have it physically. When you realize this, you will start looking for other dimensions of life. That dimension of life, unfortunately, is described by a very badly distorted word called spirituality. Spirituality does not mean looking up or looking down, it is about looking inward. This body has been created from inside, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that which creates this is not physical in nature. So when you touch a dimension which is beyond physical nature, we say spiritual process. If you touch that dimension, that which is not physical has no boundaries.
So this is physical nature. I create a few stuff like the weight, right?
Right?
Yeah, we
What?
all have the same physical nature when we create what inside.
The physical body was created from inside, all right?
Yeah,
Slowly happened. When you were little, it was this much, now it's become this much.
sure.
So you gathered this. Physical body and physical aspects of life are always made by boundaries. But there is something inside of you which always wants to break boundaries. So that means there is something within you which is beyond physical nature. If you experience that dimension which is beyond physical nature, because your physical is only gathered aspect,
Yeah.
acquired aspect. So if you experience that dimension, that is naturally without boundaries, that is naturally infinite. If you experience that, then in your activity you will do what is needed. You will not be in a compulsive mode of activity, you will come to your conscious mode of activity.
How do you spend your day?
I don't spend it, it just goes away.
How do you start it? How do you start your day? How do you spend it?
With the sunrise.
Yeah. Then?
Every day I'm in a new place, almost every day. In the last 7 days I've been in 9 cities, doing over 15 events, okay? So, I don't start it, it gets started and gets over before I know what's happening.
You wake up very early, right? How many hours do we need to sleep?
On an average, I sleep anywhere between 2.5 to 3.5 hours,
Every day.
if I get to sleep.
Why? Do you do that on purpose or you just
No, there's
don't
no
sleep?
time. But anyway, I'll wake up, if I sleep also, I'll wake up within 3 hours. Sleep is not a necessity. What the body needs is restfulness. If you keep it in a restful way, if there's no stress in this, you will see the need for sleep will come down. What sleep means is, suppose you have a car which needs in a month 10 days of service. Is this a good car?
No?
It's a nuisance, isn't it? 1 day of service, okay. 10 days of service, not good. In 30 days, 10 days means 1/3. In 24 hours, 8 hours means 1/3, isn't
Yeah.
it? If you're sleeping 8 hours a day, it is like having a car which needs service 10 hours, 10 days in a month. This will become a nuisance after some time. There is a way to keep this body where it'll ask for very little maintenance. Very low maintenance I am.
We need 8 hours per day, that's what we're used to, right?
Who is saying this?
Everyone.
I'm not saying this.
I
Don't you say
know.
everyone,
Except you.
Not except me, there are whole thousands of people around me who all sleep an average of 4 to 5 hours a day. They're all active, 18, 20 hours a day, 7 days of the week, because they don't find activity stressful. They're not looking in terms of, thank God it's Friday. No, every day is fine.
Okay, someone who works in construction, let's say, for 9 hours per day, can he sleep only for 2 or 3 hours?
You must come and see our construction teams. We do things in a miraculous level of time. 3 shifts, everybody works, okay? Day and night. You're talking about somebody who works physically. That person may need little more sleep. Definitely, he needs… Even if I go trek in the mountains, very hard trekking, on that day I may sleep little more. See, sleep is not to be prescribed. Sleep is according to the needs of the body. food and sleep should be according to the needs of your body today. There's no common prescription, every day you must eat so much, every day you must sleep so much, there is no such thing. This day, according to its activity and the requirement, accordingly we must eat, accordingly we must rest, isn't it?
So whatever I need. You're vegetarian, right?
I think I got flesh.
Mm.
Do I
Yes,
look like a
you've
vegetable?
You are, right?
By choice, not by… it's not like a taboo for me. By choice, generally yes.
Yeah. What do you want people to learn from you? You're inspiring millions of people now, all over the world.
As I told you in the beginning, I exploded into ecstasy. I'm just trying to rub it off on them, that's all.
Okay, last word to everyone watching you.
See, in human life, there's so many things that will happen to us. So many things. Not all of it, many times, or the way we want it. What is around us may happen the way we want it, may not happen the way we want it. For nobody in this world it ever happens 100% the way they want it. Nothing in the world happens 100% your way. Nobody in the world happens 100% your way. Nobody in your life. But this one person must happen your way, isn't it?
Sure.
If you do this one thing, that you are just the way you want yourself to be, would you keep yourself blissful or miserable? Definitely blissful. If you're blissful, if you're very blissful right now, anything that's needed, would you just run and do it or no? Whatever you could do in your life, everything you will do. This is how a human being should live, full potential. But if you yourself are an issue, your own thought, your own emotion is a big issue, then you will not have the courage to take up any issue in your life. So this simple thing you must do to yourself, that is, you are never a problem in your life. Other problems come, we'll handle it to the best of our ability. But you are not the problem. This much you must do, every one of you, isn't it? Yeah. That you are never the problem of your life. Right now, even if you sit alone, you go crazy, because you are the problem. If others are there, at least you have an excuse. But when you're alone, if you're miserable, obviously you're in bad company. You have to change that company, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us.
For more videos, please subscribe. Press bell icon and never miss an update.